this video, I'll be using baseball as bait to catch a fish. For context, my two favorite things to do are play baseball and fish. And today we're gonna combine them both and see if a baseball can be used as bait. There's been reported fishing catches of using gummy worms, soap, Barbie doll legs, and even crayons. And our goal is to add a baseball to the list. We have 3 goals for this video. 1, launch a baseball on a hook over 70 miles per hour. 2, launch a lure over 100 miles per hour off the fishing rod. And 3, catch a fish using a baseball on a hook. So step 1, we have to get hooks to begin this process. And no better place to get that than Dick's Sporting Goods. I headed over to the hook aisle, got my hook, and we were off. Building time. So now we have the finished product. Let's take a look. We have the hook in there, and then just now, just in case this one ends up falling off or something happens, we have another one. So we took an old softy ball. So the inside is basically like a lacrosse ball, and I'm gonna cinch it through there, cinch it through the seams. That should be pretty secure. This gives us another option. And then this one I'm pretty excited about, but this created like a perfect little pocket. And I think this one might actually give us a shot at catching a fish, as long as there's something running through and I have some sort of live bait in here. I think there's a chance. So this one I'm really pumped about. So we got this one good, we got this one good, this one, hopefully we can get some bait, and this one's gonna be good as well. It's gonna be exciting. Let's get it. First one we gotta make sure stays on the hook is the saltwater baseball. We're gonna take this to the ocean and try to catch a fish using this. We're also gonna radar gun how fast we can launch this, as well as some lures, and we're gonna test and see what we can do. Let's make sure these stay on the rod. First up, we're gonna test out the baseball on a hook. Let's make sure that we can do this first. Make sure that's working. 25 miles per hour. I don't know if we're gonna be able to get 70, but you never know. All right, we gotta try this again. Let's see if we can get it. Obviously, when we get to the ocean, I have a lot more real estate to work with, and I can actually launch this thing. How fast was that? 37 miles per hour. Okay, we're on to something. Let's try again. 32. All right, let's try to get a 40. Here we go. That was steam. 39. Oh, all right, I'm right here. I'm gonna get 40. If we can launch this 40 miles an hour, no signs of anything falling off, there's a good chance we're gonna be safe when we go over to the ocean. What do we get? 40. Let's go. Now we're trying my freshwater rig. This is, I think, my best shot at catching a fish. It has an open hole in the middle, so I'm gonna put some sort of like chum in there, and then on the hook, which is pierced through the leather on both sides here, I'm gonna try my best to put a worm on there. Hopefully we get a bite, and then this helps us secure catching a fish. This definitely should be able to hold on here. Let's see if it's faster. Launch. Oops, hit the ping pong table. I don't think it's faster. That thing has way more horsepower. All right, if we can get this 30, that's plenty enough. We got no point of radar gunning this. If we put a worm on this with some chum inside that ball, I think we got a good shot at catching when we get over to the lake. Did we get at least 30? 32. Let's go. The freshwater rig passed test trials. The ocean rig passed test trials. Now we got to try out the lure on the rod. Obviously this is going to pass, but how fast can we get it? Can we get it above 100 miles an hour, or is that not possible? To get it in the ocean at over 100 miles an hour, we need to see at least 60 miles an hour right here. That would be my best baseball YouTube math. So let's test this out. How fast was it? If it was above 60, I think we did our job. 46. We got to try again. Then we beat 46. I think it's got to be around 60. The 100 mile an hour thing may be a far stretch, but we'll find out when we get there. I definitely can rip it a lot harder than I'm doing back here. I just don't want to break anything. Test trial. This, obviously, we're not going to break the rod or anything. That looked pretty good. That came out quick. Let's see. How fast was it? 66. Okay. I think there's a good chance that we see that 100. We're going to see 70 with a baseball when we get to the ocean. And then obviously we got to catch a fish with a baseball. So let's go make it happen. So now we're on a far, far away journey to the local lake. This lake includes catfish, smallmouth and largemouth bass, sunfish, and bluegills. Let's see which one we can catch. All right. So we got the rig. We got the worms. We got to put the worm on the hook, and then we'll start. This should be relatively quick. These are very small fish. They love to chomp on worms like this. These guys like to nibble, so I got to get it really tight on there. Might give this a try, see if we can't hook them. Let's go. This is where me and my friends used to fish as a little kid. Watch this. 2
hours later.
Not even a nibble. That's crazy. All they got to do is chomp that bad boy. Maybe we cast it out there a little bit. I hope to God, if we don't catch it here, there's nowhere where we would catch it. These little sunfish and bluegills absolutely eat this up. Not even a nibble on this thing. It's nuts. I can't believe it. Let's try again.
1 eternity later.
Did we get any bites? Not even a sliver. Gotta try again. Have to. Something jumped right over there, so I'm gonna launch this way. Did the worm get eaten? Can confirm the worm is gone. So there are fish. This is madness. All right, let's put another worm on there. Hopefully this works. I got it really tight on there. Worm is still on the hook. Thing was getting messed around with, that's for sure. This has bites in it, so they're out there. Little side quest, let's see how many skips we can get with a rock. 2, I can beat that. At least 3. Oh, that was like 7 of them. That was sick. All right, now I gotta throw a rock all the way across. It wouldn't be baseball content without some rock throwing intermission. Did I make it? No, I didn't. Hold on, one more. That wasn't it. Oh yeah, it was. Never mind, it made it. There's fish jumping left and right over here. If we turn the baseball into a bobber, maybe, that may be something we go to the drawing board for, but as of right now, this isn't working. Oh, we got a big frog right here. Took me so off guard. Let's see if we can get him to jump. Bullfrog. Oh, he's biting my rod. That's a big one. See if we can put the bullfrog in the baseball. Oh, it jumped away. Dang it. We gotta catch this thing. Another frog over here. All right, day 1 was a flop. I'm gonna be back over here again tomorrow. We're gonna try our best to pull this off. I might have to make some adjustments to the rig. This obviously didn't work too well, but now let's go figure it out at home, get back to the drawing board and solve the problem. So tomorrow we actually pull this off. And be sure to stay to the end to see how fast we can launch a lure on a fishing rod. So the ball on the hook method didn't work at the lake. We gotta try a different strategy. So what I'm thinking is create a baseball bobber, use that as the bobber for the rig, and then have the actual bait hanging down below. Then we can kind of say we caught a fish with a baseball. The second strategy I have, if this doesn't work, is we take some of the insides of this ball and then we put that on the hook with the worm and hopefully they still bite. So before we fish tomorrow and give it our best shot at seeing if this is even possible to catch a fish with a baseball, that's gonna be my new strategy. Let's give it a go. We gotta cut this thing up. We're gonna use a handsaw, break that leather off, and then once we break the leather off, then we're gonna drill a hole right through the middle. Shoot, I did it on the wrong side. Classic. All right, we gotta fix that. There we go. Nice clean cut right there. Now just open it up a little bit more. Don't do that. Now we got our setup. We're gonna go through here. Hopefully it ends up around here. And then we gotta make big enough of a hole to slip that line through. So let's do it. Going through. That should be lined up. And we got a relatively beautiful hole. That is our baseball bobber right there. All right, so we drilled the hole in the ball. Now we got to get it on the string. This could be something difficult. I just kind of figured out an idea. I'm going to stick it in this pole, take it all the way through, and look at that. The string is on the other side. Let's go. Yes, now we got the ball on the line. I just got to make sure it stays there. We did it. Look, I can make it bob. It was too heavy to the point where I needed to put 3 little weighted clips on the bottom. Otherwise, it was going to fall all the way down to the bottom.
Day 2.
We got the bobber method today. If this doesn't work early in the morning, it's 6 in the morning right now. Having this as a bobber with this dangling down on its own, I don't know if anybody could catch a fish with a baseball. This method better work. Let's give it our best shot. I have 12 worms to play with today. If this doesn't work, I don't know what will. Not even a bite. That's crazy. I do think one thing that'll be a problem is it's so heavy, it's probably bigger than the fish. I don't know if it'll actually get tipped. All right, so we got our first weird situation here. The hook somehow got intertwined into the lure. I don't know how this is possible. Still looks like 0 action on the worm itself. We just need it to work one time. I might drop it right here and see if fish come. No action is crazy. I left the worm dangling right here. I'm hoping that that works for something. Maybe they'll even like nibble it. Not a single bite on a night crawler. I can't end this video without catching a fish. I just can't do it. I went there the first day, I went there the second day, and absolutely nothing was working, but I knew I had to go again. So I went again, and on day 3, this happened. All right, so they say 3rd time's the charm. We got the bait still. We got the ball on a hook. 3rd time's the charm. We got to give it our best shot. Today's the day, rainy day. So we started our walk to the other side of the lake. So we're on the other side. That's typically where we go, is right in that little tunnel. Now we're on the other side. It seems a lot clearer, way less pollen like you see on this. We're gonna go in this corner over here. I really think we got a good shot, so let's get it.
2 hours later.
All right, guys, we caught something. We got this nice stick so far. They stripped me. That means I got to put another worm on there. These guys are smart. I'm gonna have to be smarter. So they stripped the hook, as you can see. To get that pole off that branch, my pole broke in half. So we're gonna have to deal with that. I do think I can catch a fish though. So we're gonna give it our best shot still.
1 eternity later.
So the good Lord decided that it is not my time to be able to catch a fish with a baseball. This thing just broke off the rod. The tip of the rod broke in 2 because of how heavy this stinking thing was. I got a massive bite on the first cast of today. Then it started downpouring, as you can see. Torrential downpour out here. I'm soaked. You can already tell my raincoat is already drenched. I've tried it 3 separate times. Now we're gonna have to go to the ocean and have some fun there. Disclaimer, no worms were harmed in the making of this video. And now we begin our long-awaited journey, traveling far and wide to the Atlantic Ocean to try and catch this fish. Fish I've caught at this location include bluefish, which is our main target because I seem to catch this at this time of year. Striped bass. I want to catch one super bad. We've seen remains of them in the past, but I've never caught one at this location. Skate, which is a stingray's ugly brother, and reef sharks. So we're here at the beach. It's the calmest day I've ever seen at this beach. There's a good chance we catch some fish. First up, we gotta try it with the baseball and see how fast we can get it on a radar gun. This might be the dumbest thing I've ever tried, but we're gonna do it anyway. The other day, we got 40 in my backyard. See what we can pull off here. That was a big splash, holy smokes. 50 miles an hour. Can we get more? I think if we let this thing loose, there's a chance we can maybe get 70, and that would be insane. Let's try. Here we go. This one's gotta be at least 55. Oh, I totally screwed up. I don't even know if that one would have read. Let's see. 62. Oh man, we got this. 70 miles per hour on a fishing rod. Definitely happening. Just launch it to the other end of the ocean here. I don't think that one was as fast. What do we get? What do we get? 44. Ooh, trash. We got some more work to do. This one, I think we're getting 70. I'm gonna yeet this one in there as hard as I can. Look at this sandy ball. Look at that. Beautiful. Really rotate hard. Let's go. Could we beat 62 on that? I don't know. 58. We gotta get 70. That was firm. I don't even know if it's on my hook anymore. It is. Let's see what we got. 74. Holy smokes. I think I got more than that. We might be able to get 80. That was pretty firm. It's almost like this pole is too long. Harder than 74. Let's go. Cut my finger right off with that one. 54? Oh, you're kidding. 75. Let's go. Please say 75. 62? Are you kidding? All right, I just got to rotate like a madman. But that was a fuzz ball. Probably upper 60s. 70. Ooh, try one more. Then it's fishing time. Cut my fingers right up for that one. My fingers are like destroyed. I think that was in the 60s. 61. No more baseball. There's no way we're gonna catch with this thing. So we're gonna have to retire this bad boy for now. Hopefully we can try and beat that at some point in the future. Now we're gonna see how fast I can do it with bait. We're going for some bluefish. This is the lure that I use. This is the only time of year that I catch bluefish on the Jersey Shore. Typically, they only run at this time of year where the water's still cold. Then they start heading north. Full transparency, I don't even know what this is called. I know these are treble hooks. I'm definitely more of a baseball guy than a fisher in terms of knowledge, but I love to fish. Let's see if we can hook into a blue. Using this, we'll have some fun seeing how fast I can launch it too. This is gonna go like 90. This is gonna fly. Holy smokes. That was a terrible cast. I'm gonna have to reset and go straight, but oh my God, that had to be fast. 74 on the first one. I like that. That was a fuzz ball. What do we get? Slowly reel her in. 104. No way. No way. 104 with a lure. Wow. Who would have guessed? The max speed of this thing is 130. I don't know if I can do much harder than that 104. That was electric, but let's try. 104. Wow. Holy smokes. Just straight dead rip. That's jumping right now. It'd be hilarious if we're checking the radar gun and hook into a fish. 108. Oh, brother. I think we can max out this thing. 130. If it goes above 130, it won't read. If it's 130 or below, there's a chance. We got to go for 110 at this point. I mean, holy smokes. 110. Is it doable? That was fuzz. I don't know what that would say on a lure. Oh my gosh. What? 67, 69? It totally misread. Yep, it misread. There's no way. That was fuzz. Let's reel her in. We got my trusty seagull here. He's telling me there's fish, so we better catch. He's patrolling right around me. He's going for a dive right now. Ooh, I think we got a shot at a fish today too. Write down in the comments if you think I should go on a charter boat and try to catch some really cool fish. 104. All right, now we're on track. Gotta do that exact thing again. I'm just waiting for that fish to strike on one of these casts. That would be incredible. We catch a fish on like a 110 throw. Rotate like a madman, Joe. Come on. I know that was fuzz. It's a matter of did it read it. Did we get a read on that? 105. 105. Respectable. I have no idea how much this lure weighs. It'll be interesting to see. Maybe I'll weigh it when I get home. 110. Come on. That was as hard as I could rip it. I really think so. Come on. 113. No way. Dude, 113. This is hilarious. I gotta beat my blitzball record at 115 now. I just gotta. If we're getting this close, gotta do it. Have to. Using this pole too, there's no way I can't beat it. We gotta get 116. That's the goal. 116. All right, here we go. Let's see, 118. Do I dare say 120? 118 is crazy. Let's try to beat it. Why not? I'm still fishing. We might as well. The magical thing would be I get like a 120, and then this thing, we get a fish on that cast. That would be the coolest thing ever. Hopefully we can pull it off. I did not have a 118 lure toss on my bingo card today, but who knows? Maybe 120 is possible. I mean, you got all this leverage, 10-foot pole. Come on, it's gotta work. I'm thinking that one probably misread because it was a little over. It seems like it doesn't read when it goes that way. Yeah, 75. I gotta pull it this way. It's the only shot I have of getting a good read. This is the one above 120. I mean, that was fuzz. I even heard the whip on that. 104. Dang it. Oh, we can beat it. Come on. I can't believe we got 118. Doesn't get much better than that. 115. All right, we tied my Guinness World Record for blitzball throw. Kind of crazy that using a 10-foot pole, my arm can basically do the same speed with like a similar weight. Get this one back in here and get a 120. 120 miles per hour with a lure. Let's get it. I don't know if it would pick up because it got stuck. I'm not even sure how it got stuck. 116. My fingers are getting torn right apart. It's fine. Screw it. 121. It doesn't get better than that. 121, launched a lure 121 miles per hour into the ocean. That's gotta be some kind of world record. I know nobody's ever thought of this or been dumb enough to try this, but that's pretty insane. 121 miles per hour using a fishing lure. I can't believe this bad boy just went 121 miles per hour. Insane.
So in the end, through trial and error, setting world records, and all the little things in between, to answer the question, can we catch a fish with a baseball? The answer is to be continued.